Genesis. What's up, folks? Holy mother of God. I want to apologize for the last video talking about the kids in the chat. Voice meter blew my mic out to shit. I don't know what happened, but it like, whoa, it's super over-bassed and modulated, and it was like, grrr. It was bad, so I apologize about that. Donald Trump's Jeffrey Epstein issue will not go away. Donnie, if you want this to go away, you need to tell Miss Bondi that it's time to drop the files, all of it. You're at a point now, Donald, where if you don't drop this, your legacy is over. You have now become someone like Nixon, because we know you're covering shit up. There are some real people in this little thing that I do, that I'm a lot smaller voice out there, but this thing that I do, there are people that have fucking scruples in it. And they don't worship you, Don. They don't worship your ass. They want answers. They want the fucking pedophiles out of government and places of leadership across the board, Don. I thought you were for that. Huh? We thought that you were for draining the swamp, right? What the hell's happening, Don? I want to give massive props to the most legitimate and most I respect, personally, media organization right now, which is the Young Turks, TYT. Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian, and then they got a whole roster of very cool people that do content on their channel. Young Turks, I would love to work for them. Like, I would totally. I'm an ex-Trumper that wears cat ears and does political videos. Like, I'm a progressive now, so I would fit in with them completely. Like, I love Bernie. I love Bernie. I just wish Bernie would stop half measures. He caucuses with the Democrats, so he feels like he needs to sort of ball wash Democrats. And I say, fuck that, Bernie. A little bit hot on the mic. Don't want to be going and clipping into the red here. So we're going down to 9. We're going down to 9 dB. Minus 9. Alright. It's like I got a brand new fucking mic. It's insane. I love it. Praise Jesus Christ. I got stuff for you. And I don't... This is so painful for me because my mom was a Zionist. This Zionism shit really hurts my spirit bad. Because it's not just me, it's my family. I mean, I come from a generation of people that supported the nation state of Israel. So this is highly hurtful to me, to have to come to this issue with the new understanding that I have, that Israel is an apartheid state. It was set up basically as a Nazi base in the Middle East. If my mom knew this shit, she would have, like, threw away her Star of David pendant. But if she were living today, I would suggest she not throw her Star of David away and not change her feeling toward the Jews, because it isn't the Jews that are the problem. It's satanic government. That's the problem. If you can't look at the Israeli government and objectively understand that it's a satanic government, then you're blind. They're every day engaging in genocide and starvation of children. Oh, Jesus Christ. What would Jesus Christ say about starvation of children? That's something you never do. Slaughter of innocents, you never do it. The Israeli government is slaughtering innocents, starving children every day. And to put the icing on the cake, your government, as an American taxpayer, your government is help facilitate all of that. Let's go into this disgusting fucking display. There's no words for how bad this is, and I don't want to. It's hard to even want to do this. What? There it is. I just got to get a witness to how disgusting and horrible this is. Because it is. So this is TYT. Shout out to them for being amazing. But this guy is a Green Beret. This individual right here, he's a hero to our nation. To blow the whistle on this bullshit. He is a Green Beret. Let's listen to his testimony here.
In my most frank assessment, I would say that they're criminal. In my entire career, have I never witnessed the level of brutality and use of indiscriminate and unnecessary force against a civilian population, an unarmed, starving population. I've never witnessed that in all of the places I've been deployed to war until I was in Gaza at the hands of the IDF and U.S. contractors.
The gentleman you just heard from is not only an American, he's actually Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Aguilar, who's a retired U.S. Green Beret who actually decided to volunteer and sign up for the humanitarian aid distribution in Gaza. Now, as you can tell, he quit after experiencing what he referred to as the deliberate slaughter of desperate and hungry Palestinian civilians. In fact, here's more.
This is not a battlefield, though it might look like one. It's a food distribution point in Gaza. Bullets are kicking up the sand.
Can you say open war crimes? Can you say open crimes against humanity? You're looking at it. Can someone please explain to me what the fucking UN is for if they're not going to go in with blue helmets and arrest Benjamin Netanyahu and his absolute fascist Nazi genociding government? Hello, folks.
And as men wait to get food. It's one of 4 sites run by the so-called Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, a joint Israeli-US scheme they say replaces the UN and keeps food away from Hamas.
Oh, really? It replaces the UN? This Israeli-funded, Israeli-run, and globalist-run private entity called the Gaza Relief Organization? Excuse me. And what do they allow? They allow the IDF to come in and gas and murder little ones. Listen to this man's story. If it doesn't churn your stomach, you're not a human. I'm not going to have any commentary. I will let you hear his story.
This video is of the Foundation's armed American security guards opening fire. It was filmed by a US soldier who signed up for the operation in Gaza after he retired and left, he says, when he saw American colleagues and the IDF killing civilians. The soldier is Lieutenant Colonel.
I just want to emphasize one point. This man is a former Green Beret. He retired, and his intentions were to help people that were suffering in Gaza and the West Bank because he knew of the genocide that was going on over there, and it bothered him as an American. So how does he want to give back to his country after retiring from the service? I am going to try and help poor people and starving children in Gaza because the Israeli government is fucking satanic. And of starving children and blowing apart babies. I know that they're doing horrible things, so I want to go over there and help. And this is what he sees. Watch and listen.
Colonel Anthony Aguilar, a Special Forces veteran of the U.S. Army's Green Berets.
I witnessed the Israeli Defense Forces shooting at the crowds of Palestinians. I witnessed the Israeli Defense Forces firing a main gun tank round from the Merkava tank into a crowd of people, destroying a car of civilians that were simply driving away from the site.
Now that was a...
Is there an understanding now of what we're dealing with? Do we have a full understanding of what's going on here? This isn't simply Jews protecting themselves and a bunch of liberals getting mad over the fact that the Jewish government is defending itself against Islamic extremist terrorists. That's how the fucking mainstream media wants to frame this in your mind as an American. Because fucking AIPAC runs the country. Because AIPAC money is so... I need my Jewish money. Why the hell does a foreign country have a PAC and it's okay in this country? Do you know that it's a violation of the Logan Act to conspire and have dealings with foreign governments? It's a violation of the Logan Act. Look it up. That's why Alex Jones every year at Bilderberg would come out with indictments. Not official indictments. He's not a lawyer, but Alex would go to the Bilderbergs wherever they were at and go, fuck you, you're not our gods. You don't run our lives. You're never going to run our lives. We're free humanity and you could suck our dicks. You are blatantly in the front of the public in luxurious areas and luxurious hotels plotting the destruction of this planet and the starvation of its citizens and denial of rights of every imaginable thing because you're totalitarian, disgusting, fucking mammon-worshipping banker scum, and you do not own us. So I just said that for Alex, because Alex is too preoccupied with other things having to do with the Messiah, false God figure Trump. He's got to do his thing, and he's doing it. Well, I'll be the one to tell you that. I'll be here and say, Bilderberg, fuck yourself. Every single person that goes to Bilderberg can kiss my ass in Macy's window, as my buddy Phil Kirshner used to say, because he grew up in Brooklyn. You could kiss my ass in Macy's window. There's no fucking way that I am going to fall for your bullshit, ever. You want to go into Epstein shit? He was probably fucking Mossad or CIA. Do you realize that the intelligence organizations are what did 9/11? Everybody's talking about CIA, MI6, Pakistani ISI, Saudi intelligence, all of these goddamn... Do you know that they all were complicit and helped 9/11 happen? The main actors were, number one, Saudi intelligence, number one on the list. Guilty, Saudi intelligence. Number two, Pakistani ISI, second guilty. Third guilty, Mossad, closely followed by the CIA. The main operations in mainland America were run mainly by the Mossad and the CIA, joint operation to make those towers come down. And they were let's say, demoed. Do you get that? There were explosives already in the buildings when they were attacked. What does that tell you? It was planned, all of it, before it happened. 9/11. It was not a spontaneous event on some sunny, beautiful Tuesday in September in 2001. No. It was planned, mainly by the intelligence organizations. That's why they were able to shut down NORAD. NORAD was shut down by who? The vice president in the bunker underneath the fucking White House, basically directing the planes into the buildings. The vice president. This isn't fiction. This is on record. Look up the testimony of Norman Mineta, who's the transportation secretary, I believe, at the time of the attacks on 9/11. And you have a very strange scenario where you have a gentleman from the military coming in the secure bunker, telling the vice president, the plane is 10 miles out. What do we do? It's a go. The plane's 5 miles out, sir. What do we do? It's go. You go. Sir, the plane is 1 mile out. What do we do? And he slaps his neck around and goes, did you hear any other orders? Your government's criminal.
Retired member of the United States military, a former Green Beret, an individual who isn't shielding the public from his identity. He is speaking openly, candidly, while revealing his identity in regard to what he saw firsthand in Gaza. So for anyone coming at people like me who go on Piers Morgan's show and essentially share the same information, who accuse people like me of being some sort of anti-Semite for doing so, you're going to call him an anti-Semite? Or is it just considered unacceptable to ever call out...
Oh my God, if you say anything against the fucking Likud party of Israel, you are a blasphemer and must be put to political death. You must worship the Likud party of Israel if you are an American. Did you understand that, America? That if you do not support the Benjamin Netanyahu government of Israel slaughtering its own citizens in Gaza and the West Bank and blowing apart babies and starving children, you are not an American anymore. Do you understand that? You are occupied by foreign forces.
The war crimes that are being committed by the IDF and the Israeli government. Now, the United States says that they're going to do something about this, that they're going to do something about the fact that Palestinians are literally starving to death as we speak. We're going to get to that in just a moment, but first I want to go to Cenk.
Yeah, so look, it's unprecedented what Israel's doing to Gaza. The only reason, if you don't know that, the only reason you don't know that is because our mainstream media covers it up assiduously. That's what they feel like it's part of their job to do propaganda for the Israeli government. So did you know that Israel has already killed 49 times the civilians that Hamas did on October 7th? So that's 49 October 7ths in Gaza, okay? So if we were outraged by one October 7th, how outraged are we by 49? Did you know that Israel has...
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. October 7th, it was Jews that were killed. Do you realize that their ideology over in Israel is that one Israeli life is equivalent to about 10,000 or 20,000 Palestinians? That's how the Jewish mind thinks over there. They have these people mind controlled into thinking it is a fucking service of them to blow up brown babies in Gaza and the West Bank. You're dealing with absolute demonic fucking shit. Baal worshipping scum in the Israeli government. Satanic Israeli government.
already killed 300 more civilians waiting for food in line for just enough for their children to survive. 300 more of those civilians killed than Hamas killed on October 7th. Imagine if Hamas was killing people, Israeli Jews who were starving and waiting for food for their children. If Hamas was just killing.
That would be fine, Cenk. You know why? Because it's not in the lexicon of modern day politics. Why not? They would go, oh sure, starve the Jew kids. Starve them. We're in a different, I'm telling you, the level of evil, there's no words for how evil the governments and even the populace now. Do you realize that the Israeli population is dangerously in the same vein of Nazi Germany in the 1940s? They literally are having entertainment now, watching military ops of Palestinians being murdered in front of them and the starving children right in front of them. They take pictures. You'll see. It's absolutely insane. You guys have to see this. This is why I'm taking time to do this.
Them one by one, and had already killed 300 more than they did on October 7th. We would have nuked Gaza by now, right? But when Israel does it, they make up pretty little lies to tell you, oh no, the bad guys made us do it, and 1,000 other lies. If the Israeli government is speaking, the Israeli government is lying. They've dropped the equivalent of 6 Hiroshima-sized bombs in Gaza. They've absolutely leveled the place, but no amount of starvation, no amount of anguish, no amount of...
Yeah, and then the fucking Israeli government goes, oh, well, look at Gaza. Do you really want them having a nation state the way they treat the land? Oh, you mean the land that you bulldozed to push the Palestinian generational thousands and thousands of years these people have lived on the land, and you fucking throw them out for white Ashkenazi Floridian Jews? Do you get that? They are making a profit on the land before the people are even gone. They're attempting to sell the land to fucking Floridian Jews in Florida. This is a crime on a level that there's no words for it, like a biblical crime. I see it as a biblical crime that they are abusing the seed of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Yeshua, Jesus Christ, in that land. In Nazareth, folks. They gassed people in Nazareth.
Death is enough for this radical terrorist government of Israel.
Well, to be fair, there were Israeli ministers at the very beginning of this genocide who said they wanted to nuke Gaza, and they have essentially done that without having to use an actual nuke. Now, while the depraved slaughter and daily war crimes are committed in Gaza, on the other side, in Israel, there's a lookout point that's been established, so Israelis can essentially gawk at the Palestinians and their suffering.
Mohammed and his mother Hidayah were filmed by one.
Oh, now, see, this is absolutely the most manly shit on the planet right here. You see this? You realize the government leadership of Israel is so evil that they believe that this is like badass. To see a baby like this starving with nothing to eat. Do you see this baby? Do you see this? Your tax dollars are going to support this. I say no. You won't use my money for this. You want a tax revolt? This is the reason to do it. Your money is helping to pay for the extermination of an entire people. Are you okay with that? If you're okay with that, get the fuck out of the country.
Of the trusted Palestinian freelancers we work with in Gaza, who are themselves starving. Israel does not allow international journalists to enter the territory. So we went to a spot overlooking Gaza.
Here we go. Here we go. Look at the beautiful Israeli landscape and pretty Israeli girls. Look at this, strutting their shit. Look at this. Look at the pretty Israeli girls. Watch this shit.
To enter the territory.
Look at this. Oh, look at the pretty Israeli chick. You know, we're gonna party here.
To the frontline town of Sderot, where Hamas attacked and killed.
Don't you get that this is a fucking party here, folks? Are you outraged enough yet?
Israeli civilians on the 7th of October 2023. Israelis come here to look at the...
This is our new spectator sport in Israel, folks. For all the nice little Galil-wielding female IDF soldiers. For all those hot, they do a calendar, I think, every year. Phil was telling me. It was like, I think they do it every summer or something over in Israel. All the hot IDF chicks. Yeah, they put their galils on and they pose on the desert, in their bikinis with their ass hanging out, a gun. So, oh my God, I mean, that is Israel, isn't it? It's their new spectator sport, folks, to watch settlers slaughtered and starved. Welcome to the Hunger Games.
Since my last visit, vending machines have been installed if anyone needs refreshment.
They have refreshments for the beautiful Israeli war criminals. And I call these people that are observing this as a spectator sport, you're war criminals. Oh, we're beautiful Israeli women, and we're watching the slaughter of Palestinian children and the starvation of Palestinians, who are our brothers and sisters. That could easily be us. But we're going to make a spectator sport out of it because we're satanic. We've taken on the spirit of Baal like our government. And we're going to watch the citizenry that are us. They are us. But we're going to laugh at it and film it. Because they're disgusting fucking dog Arabs. And we are Israel. We are Jews. We are Yahudim. We are Israel. I'm Israel High. You're genocidal, demonic, disgusting freaks.
From here, it feels like looking out of one world into another. Not distant, but remote and isolated.
Imagine the type of scum you have to be to take a photo like that in front of the devastation in Gaza as if you're at a tourist site. It's something cute and fun to do.
No, I'm going to jump in there. That's like taking a picture in front of a concentration camp for the Germans back then in the 1940s.
I'm with Cenk Uygur. That's literally like being in front of Auschwitz and laughing at the fucking starving Jew that's behind the fence. You as a German, walking by in the countryside of whatever, France, and you know the war's going on, you're walking around France, and you see like fucking Dachau, or whatever prison camp was in France, and you go, holy shit, look at that starving Jew, and I'm a German, I'm gonna go have cheese and bratwurst right now. Look at that starving fucking dog Jew. That is exactly what the Israelis now are doing to the Palestinians. They have become the monster Nazi. They have become what they hate. Fully. Those were Israeli civilian women posing in front of genocide and saying this is great. Holy fuck.
This is where we're starving the Jews. Hey, it's a tourist spot. Hey, let's put it on Insta.
Let's put it on Instagram, exactly. Jake is literally framing it as it is. This is like going back to 1940s Germany, and they find out that Dachau exists, and they go to it and film it, and say, look at these starving piece of shit Jews. And they post it on Instagram, and people love it and thumbs it up. That's the equivalent of what these Jewish people are doing with Gaza. It's an absolute abomination and a stench to the nostrils of God, and Israel will be judged worse than any nation has ever been judged. Jesus Christ is going to split Israel in half. Like if it were a person, the spine right at the bottom would be snapped in half. He's going to decimate Israel because it's so evil. The fire in his eyes when he comes back, I'm starting to fully understand, is for the Israeli government. He's going to the level of suffering that the IDF has seen fit to put on children is insane. There's nothing been like it since biblical days.
Really depraved. What are you taking a picture of? The murdered Palestinian children? And that's not government officials.
That's what they're filming it.
Unfortunately,
they're absolutely filming the systematic extermination of a minority group. That's called ethnic cleansing. And what did we do with Clinton? What did Clinton do when he heard Slobodan Milosevic was killing his own fucking people? We went to war with it. We said, fuck that shit, he's a piece of trash and he's got to be held accountable. Yeah. What would Clinton do today if he were president and Israel's doing this? I would hope he would have the same scruples and say, fuck it, we got to take out Netanyahu. I bet he wouldn't, because it's Israel. The third rail in American politics is trying to speak against Israel. We are tied to them at the hip for some weird fucking reason. You tell me. Other than the fact that it's a secret Nazi state and it's an Anglo-establishment nation. So we're going to defend it with everything we got because America is the Anglo-American establishment. That makes a lot of sense to me. All of that. Speaking geopolitically. So if Clinton were in office, would he say fuck Netanyahu? No way. If Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris were in office, would they say fuck Netanyahu, we're taking him out? No. They wouldn't. We are bound to Israel nationally, which is psychotic. We shouldn't bind ourselves to it. What happens to America first when you bring Israel into the equation? America last. Israel first. That's insane. Why? Looking at me like the Nazis won the war. This is long enough. I'll see you later. Peace out. I might do another one today. Go to TYT's channel. Okay? Watch everything that they're putting out about Israel, because especially Christians, you need to know that it's a deception to support Israel right now. If you are still in the mindset that, oh, they're God's chosen people and they have carte blanche to blow up babies, you're out of your mind, and your scripture has warped your mind to the point where you're not seeing right and wrong no more. There's nothing in the Bible that tells you that you have to worship Israel's government. There's nothing in the Bible that tells you that you even need to give any kind of support whatsoever to the Israeli government. Do you realize that Israel shouldn't even be in the land right now because they're not listening to God correctly? The only time that they're meant to have their land is when they have their temple and they're listening to Yahweh, and they're not. Because if they were listening to Yahweh, they would be listening to the name of Christ, and that Jesus was their Messiah, and they need to repent. Period. End of story. I'm out.